Okay, now talk.
Okay, we're here.
Okay, thank God.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. That was so weird.
Yeah,
Strange.
It's so strange. You know, technology's so crazy.
it's very crazy.
Welcome back to another episode of Did You Read the Group Chat, the only place where you can read the group chat. I'm Adam.
I'm Miranda.
And I'm interrupting everyone. I'm Casey.
That's
Welcome
what I
back.
miss about Resident Services. Our intro was so good. I miss like our little
What did we used to do?
we used to do the Animal Crossing adjectives
Yes,
You know?
RJ would give us.
Oh,
RJ would
yes.
give us.
from Fantasy Key,
Adventurous
Adventurous
mall
Mhm.
shopper Miranda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
that's true.
And then we would all flop at like trying to come up with a thing to
Anything
say
that-
right after that.
Anything
To-
to come up. Yeah.
Any yes
I wasn't
and.
in improv yet.
No,
No, it's true.
you needed your
Yeah.
classes.
Yeah.
How are you? How was your little close friends recording?
It was
It was
great. We just
good.
recapped our little girly pop weekend. Spoiler alert, we watched a lot of television and ate a lot of food.
Mhm.
I saw you went to Chili's.
Yeah,
Great.
I did.
Great.
I did go to Chili's,
Adam,
and
she had
Thrilled for
never
you.
been to Chili's before.
What
It
do you
was-
mean?
it was my okay. Growing up, we lived close to an Applebee's, so
Mm.
Applebee's was our neighborhood family
They
establishment.
don't serve the same food though.
Like similar.
Yeah.
I feel like Chili's is more Tex-Mex inspired. Applebee's is just like regular classic American.
I guess, but I feel like
Chili's
there's
is
enough
all over the damn
Americanized.
place.
Yeah,
No.
Chili's. I didn't get Tex-Mex from Chili's. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Um,
My first Chili's was a Chili's too at an airport. The first time I
Oh,
ever had
sure.
broccoli cheddar soup, and I was like, "Oh,
really, your first broccoli cheddar soup was from a Chili's and not
From
a
a
Panera.
Now that's
from a Chili's
interesting.
too." Yeah,
Yeah.
That's wild. That's something.
That's an
Mhm.
origin story.
Yeah,
Thank you
really.
so much. Isn't it crazy that I remember that though?
Yeah.
I mean, that's ingrained in you forever.
I mean, I
Like,
do feel like the first time you have like a soup that's really just glorified melted cheese is,
Sure.
you remember that. That sticks with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticks to your
Because-
bones.
Yeah. And now you famously like do you like the broccoli cheddar soup from Panera?
I have not had the broccoli cheddar soup from Panera in so long. I mean, I used to get it in high
Oh.
school all the time.
He's
But
an
I've
autumn
had it in
squash
ages.
girly now.
I do. I love it.
Oh, I love
squash
their autumn
moment.
squash. It's so good. It's so good.
That's I feel like the usual soup I get. I've gotten like their I don't think it's very good, but I have gotten their chicken noodle a couple times,
Mm.
usually when I feel like I'm like not feeling great. I'll
Mhm.
pick it up. But usually I feel like at Panera I actually go for a salad sandwich. You pick two, Mom.
Pick two.
I do
Mhm.
like their tomato basil. I think their tomato basil is pretty good. at
I
Panera.
don't like a tomato basil soup.
Really? Oh, see, but
Mhm.
I'm a dipper. Like I don't eat soup
Yeah,
on
oh
its
no,
own.
for sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I love bread and grilled cheese with tomato
I love
soup.
bread.
I love bread.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Tasty soups.
Soups. Yes,
Soups.
soups.
You ever had
I've got soups in the we listen, Joe loves a soup. Joe, like whenever I met this man, I looked in his pantry, which was just literally one drawer of like his cabinet. Like he was using his pantry, his actual pantry, as a cleaning closet. Like
Oh.
he just had random shit in there, like
Oh
all
my
of his cleaning
God.
supplies and like
with your food?
no, he wasn't using it
Oh.
as a pantry.
Oh.
Because I was like, where's the food? Like, I opened it and I'm like, this is the pantry. And he's like, oh, no, it's in there. And it was in one of his kitchen cabinets. But I'm like, but you have a pantry. But nonetheless, I look into this kitchen cabinet and it's filled with soup. This man loves a soup. And so
What is his preferred brand that he's buying at the grocery store? Please don't say Campbell's.
He is buying the chunky
Progresso.
Progressa.
Campbell. No,
Yes.
he
Oh,
does do
so it is
Progresso, but he also does the like chunky Campbell's soup.
the hearty, like
The
family
Hardy.
size. Yeah.
Yes,
sure.
he gets the big old thing of New England clam chowder.
Sure reminds me of home, I'm
Interesting.
sure.
Oh,
Home, just like home. And
absolutely.
I'm sure it's even
I'm sure
better.
there's no difference.
No.
In fact.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But so I get like when I get a soup, they have like a like chicken pot pie Hardy Campbell's soup that I get. That just has like little like pieces of like, the like pot pie. Like it kind of reminds me of like gnocchi. It's like these little pieces of like
Yeah.
of stuff that is like, oh, this is the pot pie part, the pie filling part, and then it's pretty good. I mean,
there is
honestly,
a soup that I bought at Costco. It was a Panera soup because they sell like a couple of them.
yes,
It's like the tortellini soup.
Oh.
Mama, it was delicious.
Interesting.
It was giving, and I
I've
was
had
like, oh.
I've had the broccoli cheese Panera soup from like Sam's Club, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was good. It was good. Like
I actually
I
I
heated it up.
like I here's my hot take about Panera. I think the best thing on their menu is actually probably the white shells and cheese.
Mac and cheese,
The mac and cheese. But it's
and we don't care that it's in a bag.
It's so rich that it's like I finish half of it and I'm like, whoa. Like you gotta like be prepared to have some, stomach ache later.
Yeah. Just so much cheese.
So much juice.
Yeah. I forget.
Well, how was your trip? Just like general vibes. Good.
Generals. It was really good. We just, it's like having girly pop time. The things that we would do on our own, but just doing them together.
That's beautiful.
And
that's
Jill
lovely.
has like a giant couch that is perfect for all three
Oh
of
my God.
us.
It was
You went to San Diego, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, outside of San Diego. We made our little
Jill's
way.
We all just hung out on the couch with the dogs.
Mm.
We'd go to Chili's.
Mhm.
We would get ice cream. We would get donuts.
Back to the couch. Yeah.
Back to the couch.
It was great.
Great.
It was really good. Yeah.
Did you fly the same airline or no? Miranda, you flew Southwest?
We both flew Southwest.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
So when I got there like 2 hours before Miranda, and little did I know.
And I'm assuming your plane actually didn't flip over.
Yeah, we
unfortunately. We got to talk about that. Yeah,
yeah,
unfortunately, it did not flip over. So and it was ahead of time. So, and the thing is that at the San Diego airport for Southwest, it is like the tiniest. It's literally theater in the round. It's a little round thing of like five terminals. Gates. Yes, 5 gates. And that is the only place within the with it outside in security that you can go. Because I was thinking, oh, Miranda's 2 hours. I'll wander around. I'll get some food. I'll find something at the airport to do for the 2 hours. I had to live in this little round space because if I the only thing to do was like once you went down, it was like the exit, and then it was like all the other terminals are in other places. So I'd have to go through security again to get to them. So I wasn't obviously not going to do that because Miranda was coming to that same terminal. So I got a fountain drink and I just kept refilling it because they had a fountain there. So
thank God.
I got my $4 worth, which I was like $4, not bad.
Yeah, actually not
for
bad
an airport.
Yeah,
an airport,
not
pretty
bad.
Iconic.
With no one manning the refill station. Come on.
Hey, there you go.
So I don't know why I've never done this before because I always bring my empty water bottle typically. I have now like gone and just gotten like ice from restaurants before, like after security. I've never done that before. And I was like, why have I been so stupid to not go and get ice? Because anytime you do the little refill stations of water, it is always the most like lukewarm, disgusting water that you never want to taste in your life.
Yeah.
So yeah, been getting ice from the places now after security. It's pretty great.
Mhm.
I love it now.
Tips and tricks.
But yeah.
Tips and tricks.
But yeah. So we saw the news that because we talked about it, didn't we? We talked about last episode
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah,
but
you asked if I was
that
scared.
These people were not offered flights for life for flipping over. They're offered $30,000.
$30,000.
$30,000.
Now, allegedly, I saw when I read the full article because you got to click through the head.
You
You
gotta
got to
click
click
through.
it.
Yeah.
It is not. I don't know what the like legal term is, but like it's not like you take this and then you can't sue us. Like
Right, like
you
you
can
could
still
do
sue.
both.
You can
Yeah.
do
You're getting 30,000 no matter what. And
as
then
long as
you
you say
can,
yes, yeah.
as long and then doing things on top of, you can do things on top of that.
Yeah. And we talked about this, and I was like, oh, no. But then also, my dumbass, I would be like, listen, I'm first in line for that $30,000 check.
Anybody an accountant? Do you have to pay taxes on that? How does that work?
That's a great question.
You would
That's
absolutely
a great
have.
question.
You have to pay taxes on it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would imagine
I'd be like,
any money that you
that's
get.
like $10,000 probably. You'd probably be taxed on 10,000 of that 30,000. It's like winning at a game show. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say 30,000. Fit it. There you go. Student loans are done. There you go.
Wow. There it is.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I was gonna, or I don't know, I wasn't gonna do anything, but today, so since I work in higher ed, I've worked in universities almost my whole career except for when I did Parkbound.
Higher
ed, yeah. When I did Parkbound, and then when I worked at the funeral home place. So I have worked in higher ed for 9 years and 2 months. So once I get to 10 years, like until the financial aid implodes on itself, if I can get to the 10-year mark working in higher ed, the rest of my loans are paid off. I have 10 more payments.
This administration, it's going to be 9 years, 11 months, and they're going to be like, we're getting rid of it right now. And
yes.
Can you imagine?
I am going to lose my damn mind because it's like, if I'd only started working at the university a little bit sooner, I am 10 months away. I am 10 months, 10 payments away. And here's the gag. I am on some payment plan with my loans. I've got like 12,000 left. I am on some payment plan with my loans where my minimum payment is $0.
What?
Slay.
So since
COVID,
since the thing came back, I have not paid. But since they've restarted doing them, I'm getting credit for like a payment in December. Like those $0 payments are being counted towards my 120 payments that I have to make to get my loans waived or whatever. Also, I've been out of school for almost 20 years. So come on, guys, let's just
come on.
I mean, she went right from middle school to work, so that's what you're doing. Yeah, exactly. That's what's happening.
Yeah, if you're curious how someone born in 2006 is.
But so I'm 10 months away, and I'm literally like, because even whenever I was like filling out all the forms and stuff, I was like, oh my God, this is all they're gonna like get rid of. I mean, they were gonna get rid of the Department of Education, and it's gonna go away. Like they're gonna be like, just kidding, you still owe us 12,000.
I saw this thing that was like, make sure you take screenshots of all your loans so you know where it's like held and stuff, because like they might just get rid of the portals for access. And I was like,
yes, this is like,
what is happening?
But also,
good.
it's not like
a
screenshot is gonna help me. It's like,
no,
I can edit. Anyone can edit a screenshot.
Do they think I own checks? It's 2025.
Yeah, but yeah. So, but anyways, back to the 30 grand. The 30 grand.
30 grand. Yeah.
But after taxes, we're gonna say it's 20.
Yeah.
There was a near miss on the runway at
Chicago.
Today. Oh my God.
And it was Southwest in a private plane.
Southwest landing on the runway, and it was like about to touch down, and a private plane like crossed the like runway, and so the Southwest plane had to pull straight back
Oh
up
my
so it didn't hit.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Southwest.
We
Oh my
landed
gosh.
in San Diego, and the lady who I was walking behind goes into the cockpit and
What?
goes, really smooth landing, guys. That was a great job. Good job on the landing. Thank you. And I was like,
I think that's worse than a clap. I think
it
that's
was,
worse than
Yes.
clapping.
yeah. So we didn't have any applause when we landed, which last week we thought we would.
Mm-hmm.
No applause, but yeah, personal cockpit thanks.
Wow.
I was like, I have to get out of here.
Yeah.
You
This
gotta
is
go. It's
Gotta
so
time
go.
to go.
embarrassing. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so speaking of planes and stuff, my coworker was on a flight on Sunday, and
Okay.
it was a really quick flight. It was literally from San Antonio to Austin. Like that was her connecting flight. And so
Mhm.
it's 30 minutes. There's no literally they go up and they go down cuz we're literally an hour away by car. So it's a really quick flight,
That's
but
crazy.
um this woman gets on like last. And of course, she's telling everyone, "I need 2 seats together." And no one is talking to her, no one's looking at her. Um like because you're
For
the
her and
last.
her child?
No, it was a grown man. And so
No.
no one is looking at her and talking to her, and the flight attendant's like, "Ma'am, you just need to pick a seat. There's no assigned seating." And so then she ends up sitting in the row behind my friend, and like she's in the middle. Um, and in between, like, and there's like this whole like UTSA, which is the University of Texas San Antonio basketball team, is on this plane as well. All these big guys and their coaches and stuff, and she's
Mhm.
sitting next to one of the coaches. She's clearly like inebriated. She's trying to talk to the basketball players and the coaches and ask them questions about basketball, and no one is answering her. And she's like, I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to learn about basketball.
Oh my God.
And then at one point she says something that was like, that's when my friend Brianna was like, oh, she's racist. Because she like didn't want to
Oh,
sit by this
no.
guy in the first place.
Oh, boy.
Um and and then so it's a 30-minute flight. As soon as the plane lands, she makes the man that was in the aisle seat move so she can get out
Oh,
Oh,
and get
my
her bag.
god.
And this man is just like, whatever, get her out, get her away from
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So he just lets her out, and she's standing, and it is
While it's
like,
still, like, taxiing to the
well,
gate?
no, like I think like they'd gotten to the gate.
Oh, okay,
But
okay,
like,
okay.
it's when everyone starts to get up and stuff.
Mhm,
She
mhm,
makes
mhm.
him move so she can get out and grab her bag. And
Also,
he's like,
planes like this are, like they have, like, 12 rows. Like, there's, like, 35 people on this whole flight. Girl.
just calm down.
Ay,
And
ay,
so
ay.
and he's like a big guy, so he's got his legs stretched out into the aisle because
Mhm.
one, the plane has landed, they're not moving, because everyone's like getting their crap, and we're
Right.
going row by row. And she's like, "Sir, can you move your leg?"
Oh my God.
And like he's like, and so he like kind of moves it. She's like, "Yeah, please move your leg. Please move your leg."
Oh my
Ugh.
god.
And then my coworker and her friend are in the row ahead of them. And so she does something. Oh, so my friend and her friend are whispering because this woman is crazy. And so they don't want her to hear them. And then
Mm.
this lady looks at them and goes, "Do you want to say that to my face?" And her friend's like, "I'm not talking to you. You don't need to talk to us." This woman hits her not once but twice. Like, hits her, and then my friend Brianna is having to she puts her hand in between, where the woman is and her friend is, to kind of block her, and it's like, "Stop talking, like, do not touch her, do not," and like, because she's the girl saying, "Don't touch me," and Brianna's saying, "Do not touch her," and she's like calling them the B word, calling them the C word. She's like finally a like flight attendant came and escorted her off the plane.
I
She'll
hope she
never
was
fly again.
arrested.
She'll
Yeah.
never fly again.
Like, and she's inebriated. She's drunk too. And
Yeah.
so and then like my friend, like when they got off the plane, they were giving a statement to Southwest, and then the cops came, and they gave their
Yeah.
statement to the cops too. And this woman is talking to other cops and still yelling at my friend, my coworker and her friend, like from the other side of the, of where everybody gets off.
Oh
And
my God.
my coworker, I keep saying my friend, my coworker. She is my friend. My coworker, she's like, I was so freaking tired. And then I thought I was gonna have to beat up this woman. She's like, oh my gosh. And it was just like, she's like, one of the flight attendants told her, like, people were recording it. So just FYI. And so Brianna was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be on TikTok. And then I'm like, oh no, you're good. There was a Southwest plane that almost got hit by a other plane. So I think that's
taken over
winning the
airplane
algorithm
TikTok.
right now. Because also I was like, that I was looking at TikTok and I go, my like heart kind of, because I saw a Southwest TikTok, but it was these like people that were singing like an some God Bless America song or something. It's that song that goes, and I'll gladly stand up next to
you and defend her still
Yeah.
today.
They
'Cause
were
there
singing
ain't
that.
no doubt I love this land.
They were singing that on a Southwest flight. Can you imagine?
Get me out of here.
But yeah,
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
One good plane TikTok I saw over the weekend were these two girls flying Southwest. I forget where they were flying, to Salt Lake City or from Salt Lake City. They were flying Southwest. And when they checked their bag, the person at the gate goes, you two are the only ones on this flight.
Oh my
They were
God.
and there are these like girls in their 20s. So they
That's
get on this
crazy.
Southwest plane. They're the only ones. So every time they make an announcement, they're like, Casey and Adam, we have reached 10,000 feet.
That is so
It was
funny.
so funny. Oh my God. They like did the whole thing. It was hilarious. But it's just like
Where
these
did they
girly pops.
sit on the
They
plane?
sat next to each other. It's just like a row in like row 5 or whatever. But I was like, that's
like,
crazy.
at least sit across from each other.
Yeah. No, they
I
sat.
would have sat in the exit row and I would have been like, yes, I will
Yes,
gladly
I am
help the
here to
other
help.
passengers off this
assist.
plane.
I will lay
Yes.
my life down for these other passengers.
Mhm.
Yes. That is so funny.
It was funny.
hilarious.
It made me giggle.
Also, I've gotten it recently at all of this airplane. All of these people, I think it's kind of new, or it's like been resurging, is people on TikTok being like, airport theory. You don't need to get there 2 hours
airport
early.
theory. Yes, I've seen these.
And people testing airport theory. And it's
all
like,
these people have pre-check that are
Yes.
testing
Yeah.
airport theory. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it doesn't apply to you then.
Yeah.
That's why you get pre-check.
Right.
So you can do this. But also then the first one I saw was a girl saying like, I tried the airport theory and it's not true. My plane
Was
left
late for my
without
flight.
me.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
But like, and all these people be like, you don't have to get there 2 hours early. And then someone even did it in like Orlando, but their flight was at like 7:30 at night. Like,
Oh God.
try
No
to
one's
yeah.
flying
airport
out at
theory at
yeah.
MCO at 6:15 in the morning, babe.
Right.
At 8 a.m. in the morning. Let's see
But it's
how
also
that
like
goes.
I feel like it's like you should arrive at the airport at the vicinity of like the parking lot.
Yes.
2 hours to 90 minutes before your flight. Like
Yes.
I'm flying out of O'Hare because then I'm gonna have to take a tram to a shuttle to a bus to a train to get to the terminal.
Yeah.
Blah,
And
blah,
you
blah,
have to, because it's like, especially for like Southwest and things like that, it's like, I need to get there before boarding starts because I need to make sure that I get my little place in line so I can get whatever seat, is granted to me from being B5,
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to get there 30 minutes ahead of time. Or some of these airlines, they board 45 minutes ahead of time.
45 and then they
Jace
close
almost
like 20
missed.
minutes early.
Yeah, he almost missed his connecting flight today. They did a final boarding call 30 minutes before the plane was supposed to take off. He was the last one on the plane.
That's crazy.
And they
on
shut the doors
earth?
at whenever he got there, which was 27 minutes before their time. I was like, that's not okay. When they see
No.
that you're in the airport and like you're connecting, like they can't do that.
That's
Rude.
crazy.
That
Yeah.
is crazy.
I understand like closing the gate like 15 minutes before or
Yeah.
whatever,
Sure.
so you can like lock the doors and seal the plane or whatever. I don't know. Listen,
Whatever they need to do.
jargon.
Mhm.
But like 30 minutes. Send us out early if everybody's on the
Yeah.
plane. If
Yeah.
everybody's checked in, everybody's scanned in, great. We're all on board. Let's go. Hit the road, Jack.
Mhm.
But we're still waiting on people. 27
Still
minutes.
waiting
No.
on people.
Yeah.
No.
No. Yeah. So, yeah, all these people testing airport theory, it's like, y'all are, and I feel like they're testing it whenever it's like they have a good, it's like there's going to be times where, yeah, you get there and it's fine.
Yeah, like
Testing
I would
airport theory.
never.
I'm flying out of Tucson, Arizona, and I didn't have to get here 2 hours early. Well, yeah, diva, you're flying out of Tucson, Arizona.
Like I
Yeah.
could never test airport theory. I'd be like, I showed up at 6 and I boarded at 6:15. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Without pre-check.
without pre-check.
Yeah.
Which
Or
would
like-
never happen to me, by the way.
I would never. You know where I'm not going to test airport theory? Atlanta. That's for damn sure. I'm never testing
Yeah.
it there.
Yeah.
No. I will
Yeah.
be there so far ahead of my plane.
Mhm. Yeah. So
Man.
Well,
I'm done with airports for a while.
Oh yeah, it's
Although
a mess.
I did book my. I didn't even say it when we were together. I did book my
May trip.
Orlando trip.
Oh
Yay!
yes, the
We're
girls are. We're
doing
all meeting
it.
up. We're all seeing
It
each
is
other's faces.
confirmed. Planes are
Confirmed.
booked. Hotel is booked.
Planes
We are
are booked.
staying at the Riviera in a 2-bedroom deluxe suite.
Yes.
Surprise.
Oh, did I know that?
Adam, that's a fucking joke.
It's
Oh,
a joke.
I
We're
was like,
staying at a
what?
villa where we're staying in a 2-bedroom villa and it's 4 nights and total it is $400.
Hey, hallelujah.
Hey.
Hallelujah.
Well, that's what you
That's
get at a Disney
$25 a
Value
bed.
Resort. The Value Resort.
Value
Walt Disney
Resort.
World.
Girls, we
Oh
were
my gosh.
talking. Somebody was complaining on Reddit that on their
No.
checkout.
Someone was complaining
I
on
know.
Reddit. I
Listen,
can't
I-
believe it.
I do love a good Reddit read, okay?
Mhm.
Somebody was complaining on Reddit that on their checkout day at Walt Disney World, they had an 8 a.m. reservation at Chef Mickey's.
That's
So
too
they
early.
left their especially if you are not staying at the Contemporary Resort,
It's so
8 a.m.
early.
at Chef Mickey's is a death sentence, okay?
Yeah, they are like Florida locals though.
Okay.
So just for context, they're Florida so they had a vehicle.
Got it. Okay. So they had a vehicle. They had Chef Mickey's at 8 a.m. After
They
Chef
still
Mickey's,
rented a minivan. They didn't
they
want to
took a
drive their
yeah.
vehicle.
They then came back after Chef Mickey's, which I would assume is around like 10:30, checkout
Yeah.
being 11. When they get back to their room,
And that's even being generous.
mousekeeping was already cleaning up their room or had already cleaned up their room
Final
and
touches on the room.
packed up all of their items that were in their room and packed them up for them.
And and they weren't just sitting in the room. They were they had sent
Upstairs.
them on
They took them
to Lost
away.
and Found. Because when they got there,
I think there was a lost found.
yes, when they got there, all of the things were gone. And it was like the room had already been turned over. Like the woman was doing like final checks.
Did her key still work, or was the door just like
Yes.
open?
The key still worked. They were using the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then when they're talking to
That's
the
crazy.
lady and they're saying, we didn't check out. We didn't check out. And then they're trying to pull up on their phone where it says like room 401 and it says, you have been checked out. And so he can't even show her that like this was our room.
Oh my God.
So then they call a manager and they're just sitting in this room that has been turned over and they're thinking, where the heck is our stuff?
Mhm.
Like, what the heck? A manager finally comes and talks to them and tells them that yes, like they can't that this manager is like, I don't know, blah blah blah. Because then later another manager tells them like it's because the one manager's saying, oh, it must just be a glitch. And then
Mm.
another manager tells him it's probably because you strayed so far from the resort that your geolocators, like on your phone and stuff, indicated to us that, oh, you're checked out, even though it wasn't 11 a.m. And so then
That's nuts.
they
And
they
I
get
Because I
that.
just thought to myself, well, they would have had to like open because I feel like most people like only keep the location services on their thing when they have the app open, not just like running in the background for My Disney
Mhm.
Experience because it's such a fucking battery suck that
Yeah.
fucking app.
Yeah.
But then I remembered if they drove their car over to Contemporary, they would have had to pull their bye
Oh,
Casey.
bye,
They would have
Casey.
had to pull their app up to like show the reservation.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that would have like clicked. That's crazy. That's insane.
I just
Yeah.
like I get the use of geo services. I get that. But I feel like it should be like once you're out of Disney property. Like if you see them in like Kissimmee or MCO or wherever, like fine, I would say that they have then checked out. Like so
Mhm.
you can get a jump start on it at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
or whatever instead of 11.
Yeah.
But
And they did say, like, even the person was like, they said to him, you realize like this seems crazy, right? That like you come to this room, all of our suitcases are here. It's clearly like our things are all out. We have not checked out of the room. Don't you think you would do a
God
double
forbid they
take?
had like gone to the hospital or something. Like,
Yes.
right, yeah.
Like, it's like, why didn't someone say, "Oh, this room is still occupied," make a note, and then
Yeah.
maybe have the like, someone in housekeeping call you and
yeah,
say,
If you're
"Hey."
that desperate for this room at Pop
Yes.
Century.
Uh-huh. Say, "Hey, Adam, we
for the
got a
3 o'clock
notification."
check-in.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Like,
I'm
"We
like,
got a
and you don't
notification."
guarantee early check-in, so what the fuck
Correct.
is the rush?
Mhm.
Yeah. Just and this the thing is that like, it doesn't matter if you're at a Pop Century, it doesn't matter if you are staying at the Poly. They are knocking at your door, even if you have the do not disturb
Casey, they
sign.
would never do this. They would only do this at a value resort. They would never do this at a deluxe.
Yeah, I
They
had that.
care about the deluxe.
Yeah, the
They
deluxe
don't, they
dollars.
don't,
Mhm, the
girl. They
dollar.
They
don't,
don't.
girl.
Because I had that sign that said do not disturb, and at 8 a.m., they are banging on my door.
Or they pretend
And
that sign doesn't exist.
Yeah.
no, and they're like, they look at me, and I'm like, "Oh, we're leaving at 11." And they're like, "You check out today?" "Yeah, we'll be leaving at 11."
Yeah. And not a minute
Like,
earlier.
Not a
yeah.
minute earlier.
And I've also seen other people say, like, even when they said that, then they still came back, like, every
Oh my
hour
God.
knocking. It's
Knock,
It's
like,
knock, knock.
ridiculous.
especially, like, if you have, like, it's like if you have, like, a kid that's maybe, like, like a baby is sleeping or something. I don't know. I don't know when babies sleep, whenever the fuck they want. But, like but, like, what if it's like, "Oh, like, we've
Such
got another."
maternal instinct. God, you're such a
Yes.
mother. It's beautiful.
Such
Just
a
such a
mother,
mom.
Casey.
Mhm. My children are still
Yes, there they are.
sleeping
See,
with a
you
blanket
know
on
when they
them,
sleep
Mhm.
always.
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 They're always
Mhm.
sleeping.
Always
Where's the
sleeping.
other child?
Hey, what's a labubu?
Oh, Casey,
Adam,
show your labubu.
I just
here,
heard
I'll
this
show you.
word this weekend and I was like, what the
Oh,
fuck is
Casey
Oh.
this?
loves Casey has a fububu, if you will.
It's,
Um,
I like to call it a lafufu
oh, la fufu, excuse
because
me.
it's a fake labubu. So, a
Oh,
labubu is a blind box item.
Okay.
Here is the box.
so cute.
Mhm.
You can, obviously you get one of these, but Labubus became very popular in the last, like right before Christmas, and they are just this creepy little
They're so
little
cute.
thing. A Labubu is they're their Pop Mart thing. Labubus are apparently women. Um,
Interesting.
they don't have a tail, but the ones with tails are apparently men, and they're called something else. but they're just like
That's
they're just a
information
little
I
baggy
didn't
I
have.
didn't need all that, but yeah, okay. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah. And so yeah, it's just like a little cute little and like people like dress their labubus up and they're just like ugly. And so I got one on a bootleg site for $3 shipped from China. Can't be good for anyone.
No,
Literally $3 total. Like that's not like, oh, $3 was the shipping. No, it was $3 total for the item plus to
great,
ship it
perfect.
to America in the box.
It doesn't matter because the world literally won't exist in like 6 years, so it's
Exactly.
fine.
6.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
being generous, by the way.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
man. Well,
Well, that's
So, yeah,
fun.
Miranda
yeah.
got to meet my Lafufu Labubu this
Lafufu.
weekend.
Lafufu
They're coming
Labubu.
out with like Disney, like Mickey and Minnie Labubus esque
Mhm.
things. This
Yeah.
week they're actually so cute. They're so
Fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need to ask this chat. Will you be available on Sunday night?
To watch the Oscars?
Are you guys going to watch the Oscars with me? I need somebody to watch one award show with me this year. Cynthia and Ariana are opening it.
Let me pull up my
They're
calendar. See what
opening it.
Oh
They're
my god! I think
performing.
Oh, you know what?
You know,
I have to wash my hair that night.
okay.
I am
Understandable.
He's getting a perm.
Understandable.
I'm getting a perm.
Absolutely.
The ammonium glycolate.
What channel is it on?
It's on ABC.
They'll stream
it's
it live on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
I might be able to because RJ has like. Oh no! Wait, this is an hour. Maybe
at least to
that's
watch
the best
like,
I can do.
them perform.
Are they opening?
Yes.
Okay, I could probably do that. Is it 7? 8?
7.
Great.
God,
I love being in the Central Time Zone.
They just confirmed yesterday they were opening, even though it's been a rumor for quite some time. And like, even
Did you
if
see
the
the most
Awards,
recent one?
yes. Oh my god,
like,
so funny. But I just like could not
6
believe.
p.m. Central.
Oh, that seems really early.
New time. 7 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Central.
Okay.
Wow, it's gonna be a 5-hour Oscars.
Yeah. I did watch the SAG Awards, and I think this is the first time I ever watched the SAG Awards ever.
Mm-hmm.
But Kristen Bell hosted. She was fine.
She sure did.
I just was baffled. I kept to most myself instead of the group chat because I knew nobody was watching and nobody cared. Nobody would listen to me when I would say things.
I wish you did that more often.
Yeah, I really am trying to work on it, I think.
Great.
But the big award of the night is obviously Best Ensemble. I did not know. I was like, oh, what is the big award? And I was like, how long are these things? Because clearly, like, it's only acting awards. I wasn't quite sure how that worked. But the fact that Conclave got Best Ensemble.
I don't want to hear too much on my favorite movie, Miss Conclave, now.
Now, and I understand you have Isabella Rossellini, you've got
Queen, icon, legend, mother.
Voldemort, you've got
Queen,
Stanley
icon, legend, father.
Tucci, you've got
King.
Like, you have iconic people.
John Lithgow.
But just because they're in the same film together, I don't know. And granted, please, we have to always just know, I have never seen any of these films.
Of course.
But I feel like
no one ever has thought otherwise.
No one ever doubted.
Okay, great. Amazing. Well, we might have a new listener. Maybe one.
It's your first time.
First time. I don't watch movies, but I watch every award show.
Conclave 6 years from now in 36 parts on TikTok.
I did. That's true.
Oh my gosh.
And she'll be like, that's the twist of Conclave? And I'll be like, yes.
And I will say, you know what? They were a great ensemble.
You're in 2025.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
2031, though, hell yeah. Best ensemble. But I just feel so bad. Like clearly they're not going to win actor or supporting actor. But I was hoping they'd at least get ensemble because
I made a prediction last night with RJ.
Okay.
I made a prediction that at the Oscars on Sunday, Yes, they're opening the Oscars with a performance of who God only knows what.
God knows what. Truly.
Maybe they're gonna twist everybody on their heads and they're gonna sing songs from Amelia Perez. Who knows?
Okay.
I would scream. I think here's my prediction: Cynthia and Ariana are going to duet For Good
You
during the
think?
In Memoriam.
Oh.
That's
I
my
have
prediction.
goosebumps all over my body.
Just thinking about it.
I have goosebumps all over my body. I mean, we're definitely getting a trailer. I'm saying that right here and now. We will get
We
a
have
trailer.
to manifest a trailer.
We are getting
have.
Wicked For Good trailer.
I understand that last year they put out the trailer at the Super Bowl for Wicked.
They
But
did.
I had a feeling they were not going to do it because they are in the middle of the award season for the first film. So they don't want to interrupt that cycle by being like, get ready for the next one, right? Like, because
That's a good
voting
point.
was still going on.
Yeah.
Like, it would seem like really thirsty or like just like we're not, I don't know, just like there's such like there's such political stuff involved in like campaigning for Oscars. So I was like, I don't think it's gonna happen. I would not be surprised if it happens during the Oscars.
I'm really hoping it does.
I gotta be honest though, and maybe this is my go off, but I am quite over hearing people be like, I just feel so bad for Ariana and Cynthia. I feel so bad for them. I'm like, they were in one of the biggest movies.
Yeah.
They're
the roles of their lives.
I was gonna like back. Right. There's still a whole other year.
They're gonna be fine.
They'll be fine.
Buckets of money that they can.
This is their dream role. Like this is Ariana's dream role.
And you guys, Cynthia will get her EGOT because there will be an original song for Wicked For Good.
Award left to get, and she's 34.
Right. But like she will win Best Original Song next year.
Cynthia Erivo.
Like she's gonna at least get that. She might not get supporting actor
38.
next year, but she will get original song. So she will get the EGOT. Like, period.
She's going to be nominated again next year.
Right.
I can't guarantee that Ariana will as well, but Cynthia's definitely going to be nominated again. This will be her third Oscar nomination because she was also nominated as Harriet Tubman like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
At the tender age of 30 or whatever. I gotta be honest, I do not feel sorry for these people that did
I do not feel sorry.
Incredibly great job. Have gotten other awards this cycle.
Yeah.
Just not the big ones that people know. But like you can go
and not Entertainer of the Year at the NAACP. Like, of course Keke Palmer deserved to win that over
Keke Palmer deserves to win that every year.
She is an entertainer.
She is
in
the entertainer
every
of our generation.
of the word.
Yes.
She is so iconic and deserves, oh my God, she's so funny.
That's a slave hymn. It is the funniest thing she's ever said.
Issa like lost her mind.
Just screaming. Oh God, it's so good.
It's so good. Anything she says is just so funny and so witty.
I just saw this clip of I haven't been watching St. Dennis Medical. I've heard good things. I just haven't started watching it yet.
We've watched the first few episodes.
And I famously love Wendy McClendon Covey. She is one of my favorite comedians of all time.
Yeah.
She has they're doing this like thing where they're like trying to get the nurses to upsell different procedures that you can do at the hospital to the patients. And she was like, they don't call it upselling. She's like, no, it's not upselling. It's just helping people find better solutions, whatever. And then she was like, whoever gets the most of these gets entered to win a chance to go see Ja in concert. And it's SZA, but she doesn't know it.
It is funny. I think you would like it.
Well, I mean, I have no doubt.
I think
and even just the clips I've seen, I was like, this is completely charming.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, you haven't watched Superstore at all, right?
I've seen a few episodes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's very Superstore.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta be honest. Like, I'm still on my Matlock run. I'm living for Miss Catherine Bates.
Yes.
So she's great. I just watched the most recent episode right before we recorded. Great.
Yeah. And you did watch an episode of Columbo because you texted me
I
about
did watch
Columbo.
an episode of Columbo. I was surprised how long they are. They are
They're
such long
so long. They're
episodes.
like little. They're like little movies.
They're like 80-minute, like
Nope,
movies,
Yes.
basically.
Yeah.
But Miranda, think about it this way: it's an 80-minute movie.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
There you go. No, I
Love
see.
an
All you
80-minute
do is
movie.
reframe it.
That's a good point. I did watch iRobot, not iRobot.
iRobot.
Madam
Wild,
Robot.
the Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot. I did watch that.
Fuck is
That was
that?
a short movie. It's the winner for Best Animated this year.
Oh, it already won?
The DreamWorks. Well, it won the Golden Globe.
Oh, I see.
It's on. She's on Peacock. She's really
she's
good.
on Miss Southwest.
She's on Miss
She's
Southwest.
on Miss Southwest.
It was
yeah.
it was like Wally meets oh God, I don't know.
Yeah, it's very Wally and I forget what else.
Great.
Yeah, it's good though. I liked it.
Yeah. I told Miranda not to watch it on the plane because it's gonna make you cry.
Here's the thing: I cry at every movie on the plane.
Doesn't matter.
So I cried the same amount of that I would cry during Crazy Rich Asians, to be 100% honest.
Is allegedly there is a wedding scene happening in Wicked Part 2?
Yes.
Do we think he's just going to recreate the Crazy Rich Asians
so
wedding scene?
That's what they said. Well, they were like, well, John Chu, he is known for his wedding scenes. Yeah. Like, it's going to be an incredible wedding. So I'm very much looking forward to it.
How do you top
it? It's truly remarkable.
It's the best wedding scene ever put to film.
It's so good. Oh, and I will cry every time.
It's so good.
It's truly beautiful. But
Gemma, what is her name?
Gemma Chan.
Gemma Chan. Oh my God. Just the most stunning woman alive.
She really is. And that's why I really want the sequel to be made, because I think it like focuses on her, right?
Hello?
John, what are you doing? You're not busy.
Seems like you're not busy now.
No, I think your schedule is clear. Let's get into production.
Let's get into production. Thanks.
But yeah, cannot wait for that.
Great.
Should we go off?
We should.
Okay. Great.
Not all at once.
Not all at once.
I have one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, on the airport talk, I need to talk to whomever is in charge of creating the restrooms at airports.
Oh, girl.
They are always just 6 inches too fucking short to fit me and my carry-on luggage. The door has to be able to shut behind the suitcase that you bring into the bathroom. Not everybody is traveling with someone else who can watch their luggage. Literally, my bag almost was touching the toilet in the Phoenix airport. I wanted to simply pass away. Like, I immediately get out my wet wipes and I'm like,
not your beautiful Quince luggage.
Not my Quince luggage. My high quality
offer code group chat.
Listen, that's what we need it.
Listen,
I swear to God.
We had
mark my words. By the end of 2025, we will at least have a Quince discount code. Okay. Right. It's just ridiculous. I don't understand. There are some that do it like almost too much, where I'm like, what kind of a bag do you think I'm fitting into this stall? And then the rest of them just fall short immediately.
Miranda, I think you're just confused. You were in the handicap
stall.
Excuse
me. I wasn't the accessible stall. You're right. I was like, my God, I can fit a queen size bed in here.
This is the bathroom.
Like,
this is a whole room.
But no, I just can't believe it. I don't know how they fixed it, but it's ridiculous. Like, offer a locker then to like hold somebody's luggage, because if you're not, I could not fit. I could not shut the door with my luggage inside of it.
It's literally like, it's like, okay, it's like you're rolling the suitcase in and then you're trying to come in behind it and you're like doing a little dance trying to get Jesus Christ, let me close this. I will say the San Diego ones were very, though they had great ones, but I've had bad ones in like MCO. And I guess Phoenix. I haven't been to Phoenix in a while, but Yeah. Where did you get a little snack or anything in Phoenix? Did you go to the Panera?
I went to the Panera. I
It's
got a
the
little
only
breakfast sandwich.
place.
Well, first of all, it
This
is,
is the Panera. Welcome to the Panera episode of Did You Read the Group Chat?
Yeah.
but
Did you
also
go to
like
Panera?
when on the intercom, this is the first time I've ever flown through Phoenix. On the intercom, they say like the food airport. Like they call themselves like the best
What?
place to get food for an airport. And I had a very long layover. I think I was there for like 2.5 hours. So I was walking around a lot. And my God, there is so much distance between everything in there.
Yes.
It was awful. But I was like, there was nothing, like nothing of note. I finally found a Starbucks. I finally found a Panera. And I was like, I just went and I like ordered on my phone.
Not a Sbarro.
No, not even a
Oh
Sbarro.
my
They had like
God.
everything was an unnamed, not even
Yes.
local. It was just like an unnamed, like burgers, pizza. Like it was nothing. I'm like, what in the world? So I did get a little breakfast sandwich from Panera, and it was so mid. It was, thank God there was like an unnamed restaurant right next to it, because I like just plopped in. I took the sriracha and
I feel
loaded it on
strongly
there.
that Panera is one of the worst. Like that's like there are pros and cons of every generation, and it's one of the worst aspects of the millennial culture. Was like the rise of Panera, just the most
Yeah,
basic, bland, mid food
right.
you've ever eaten in your life.
Truly. Nothing special to it at all.
Nothing special, and it is going to cost you $27 for a
Yeah.
full meal.
I think it was
Yeah.
like $8.50 for my little sandwich, and it was literally like an egg white and tomato on
Jesus
a
Christ.
very like hard
well,
muffin.
eggs,
English muffin.
Miranda,
The
eggs.
egg.
That's true. The egg white. Oh God. And
That was a steal. $8.50.
$8.50.
That's
Wow. You're right. You're right. But my God, I was like, what in the world? Trash.
trash. It's really crazy to go overseas and go to an airport overseas in a very nice airport, and then you just and you go to the bathroom, and the
Yeah.
stalls go all the way to those are full
Oh.
doors.
Yeah.
They lock. You can't see nothing. Nobody's doing one of these.
Nobody's trying to open your stall while you're in there.
Yes. Nobody can see through the gap that is
The
way
little-
too big.
Yes.
The little gap. The little gap.
Yeah.
So they called me in college. The little gap.
Dumb.
Jesus. Yeah, so I don't know why are American bathrooms like this? Like the rest of the world has evolved to being like, hey, privacy. But in
Yeah.
the country where we're screaming about bathrooms and privacy,
Yes.
Yeah.
we're still being like, we gotta be able to see your feet, ladies.
We
have
just
to.
simply
We
gotta. I don't know what to tell
must.
you.
Yeah.
We must.
Yeah, we're just too cheap. We're too cheap to build a new bathroom. But you know what? Whenever the cats complain on Office Cat Tycoon, you build them a new bathroom.
Are you playing?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Let me check on my
Listen.
cats right now. In fact, actually, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna
Listen.
tell you how many doll hairs I have.
Oh, you probably have
I'm a
trillion.
4 billionaire. Okay, I have $4 billion.
4 billion? Oh my gosh. I do love that like all of the businesses are like, it's like cat
The little
talk.
cat puns. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Like Catapedia.
Popple is paw apple. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm at this cattery getting these at this like fish market or
Oh
whatever.
yes, honey, you gotta get the fish. You gotta. Oh, honey,
Get these fish, fresh tilapia.
fresh tilapia, honey.
Anchovies. Get the
Absolutely.
anchovies. I've been at the Nyan bread factory getting my
Yeah.
my
Mm-hmm.
chocolate made and my strawberries and my jams.
Yep, your jams, your donuts. Absolutely.
Oh, I haven't gotten to donuts yet.
Oh, get excited.
I am probably gonna get kicked out of my I'm gonna get kicked out of my merge merge factory, or what is it? My match factory group
Oh,
if I'm not helping more. But
yeah.
they haven't kicked me out yet. I still make it into the factory here and again. But
I
hey,
gotta be honest, Casey. I paid for no ads.
the ads are so awful.
The
Like I
ads
just
are
had to
fully
watch the Gossip
2
Harbor.
minutes long.
I had to just watch this Gossip Harbor ad.
Casey,
If I
look at
see
this. Look at this. I'm gonna go on. Let me find where I would have to watch an ad. Oh my god, this is so annoying because of course right now there's no ads for me to watch. Uh, uh. Anyway, it just prompts you. Like it says like click here for the ad, and then it just goes to the next screen. It's incredible. I'm already in Future City. I can go to the next town already, but I'm trying to get out. It doesn't matter. This is the most boring thing we've ever done on this podcast.
Yes, it is.
Casey, did you have anything? Do you have a go off you wanted to get off your chest, honey?
Of course I do. Yes, I do. Yes.
Of course. Go ahead,
Yes, of
Casey.
course
Go
I
off.
do. Again, I'll say it again and again and again. I don't how it, why are you messaging me? Why are you messaging me on Facebook Marketplace
Mm,
and just saying, "Hi, is this available?" Bitch, it's on here. I just posted it. Yes, it's available. So now I have to do the song and dance where I now copy and paste the same thing to everyone that says, yes, it's available in South Austin. Would you like to arrange pickup? Because guess what? It all says that in the description of the item as well. We're in
mhm,
South Austin. Pick it up only, blah blah. And then someone goes, oh, too far. Thank you. And I'm
Okay.
like, then why did you waste my time? It was literally in the title. I've done
mhm,
this. I have done this go off before, but it was in the title of the thing, and it's free. What more can you ask for?
mhm,
I put something up there today for Joe for his office because they're cleaning out the office. I put something there today. These like shelves, and they've got 5 of them, and I got 20 messages. So I just picked one guy, and he said, "I'm close by. I can take all of them." I'm like, "Great." He'll see you there in 20 minutes. And Joe went up there and got him. And the guy's message goes, "Oh, am I supposed to go in?" I'm like, "Yes, go in." I said, because I was messaging like I'm, a business partner or something. I said, "I'll have a guy up there for you."
My associate.
Uh-huh. I was
Mhm.
like, I was like, "All right, Joseph will be there to help you.
Not
He's on
Joseph.
his
Not
way."
the full government
Joseph.
name.
Not the full government name, yeah. And then he messaged me, "Okay, I'm parking." I said, "Great, Joseph should be there." And
Like
then
you're the Uber coordinator for Uber
yes,
Eats.
and then like
Mhm.
literally 12 minutes later, the guy messaged me, goes, "Am I supposed to go in?" Yes,
12
mama. Yes, he
So he
sat in
was
his
just
car.
sitting there in the parking lot?
Yes, and I was trying to text Joe, but for some reason it wasn't going through because I'm like, "Hey, he's there," but it wasn't going through. So then I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I'm checking the location. I'm making sure Joe's alive. Joe made back whenever me and Miranda were starting our recording. And then I said, "Was the guy weird?" And Joe goes, "Yep."
Yeah, of course. He's getting a free item from Space Marketplace. There's nobody weirder.
Yes. Because of course he had to tell me, "Oh, this will be great for me and my wife. We're
Can we
going to
talk
get
about
so organized."
Facebook Marketplace etiquette? And by this I mean I saw a post online where someone was giving away an item, had an item available. They had arranged with someone and they were like, this person was like, I can pick it up tomorrow. And they said, okay, sounds good. And then ended up selling it to someone else because they could come that night and grab it. And so then
Mm.
the person was like, okay, I'm gonna come on my way. Where's like, can you provide the address or whatever? And the girl goes like, oh, I sold it yesterday. And he was like, but you already agreed to sell it, and like went off on her and was like, blah blah blah. Whose side are we on? Are we on the seller or the potential buyer?
Listen, I think for Facebook Marketplace, it's definitely a first come, first serve situation. If no money has, exchange, if you're not claiming it with like your Venmo, because I have had people message me and say, I can Venmo you now to claim it. I cannot pick it up till tomorrow, but I will Venmo you today for it. Like, they are willing to trust me with that money. But
I wouldn't trust a soul.
No,
I wouldn't.
absolutely not.
Especially Casey, I'll be honest.
Yeah. But that was the situation. Is I started messaging people back and saying like it's available, but then then I was like, I can't message all these people back. I'd have to pick someone. So then I messaged the one guy that said I can come now. I can take all of them. I was like, they're yours. Because yeah, but also that the person should have marked it as sold and archived the chats, you know?
Yeah.
Because at that point, if someone is messaging that day, and you know what I've done in situations like that? I've just blocked the person that said, I'll come tomorrow. I blocked him because I don't want to deal with the awkwardness because I sold it to someone else. You were too slow on the draw.
Yeah, like if the seller went back and said, perfect, sounds good, like then I side with the buyer.
Yeah.
I think
you can
the
mark
seller
it as
has
pending.
the seller at least has to say like, hey, somebody can come pick it up today. Can you come pick it up today? If not, I'm going to move on to this person.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you should at least say that.
Give them the heads up if you've promised it to them.
Right.
Like if you said great. Yeah, because it's like at the end of the day, obviously you just want it sold.
Yeah.
But also it's like it is kind of a bummer to be like, great, I figured it out. Because like I'll say to people, I'll be like, I'm marking this pending for you. So just let me know if you can't come.
Yeah.
You know, because if it's like they're coming the next day or something, because I don't want to deal with other people. If you're saying yes, and then we'll do that. But yeah.
Well, you've heard it here first, folks.
I don't know who's really in the right or in the wrong, but it's definitely a first come first serve.
Yeah.
But a little courtesy goes a long way.
Yes. A little courtesy, a little that second key. Okay.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
of course. Adam,
right.
do you have anything to go off about?
I do.
Go off.
Welcome to the time of the year where it's spring market, and that may mean nothing to you, but it means something to me. Few things just regarding anybody. I don't even think this is specific to what my job is, but just in general. If you receive an email with a set of instructions, read the whole email. Don't respond to that first thing I said. Read the whole thing. Every little line of that email is important. All of them. All of those little lines are so important. Please read all of them. Additionally, we are often taught in school in the American education system that, quote, there is no such thing as a stupid question. This is incredibly false. There are stupid questions. And if you are the person who thinks there are no stupid questions, it's because you are the one asking them. So please do some reflection. I have no problem with teaching someone something. I love explaining a concept, an idea, walking through a little process with someone. No issue whatsoever. What I've discovered about myself truly grinds my gears is people who do not try to help themselves first. I need to see an attempt made on your own, and then you go, I'm lost. I will give you grace if you're 150 years old. Then I will just do it for you because you have so few minutes left on this precious planet. So let's just take care of that now. If you're a person who's younger than me, we should not be asking me questions about how to send a PDF, how to attach a PDF to an email. We shouldn't be doing that. And also in the year of our Lord 2025 with Google, even with Google's nonsense AI answers that are most of the time incorrect, you can still Google the other thing that's going to drive me absolutely crazy. We were in our I don't even know how much I should say. We were in our team meeting and someone was like, oh my God, you know what I love? I ask any question to Chat GPT and it knows the answer. And I said, oh, hey, what do you mean when you say that? And she goes, just anything, who are the 4 presidents on Mount Rushmore, and it just knows. And I was like, it's oh, okay. And then I was like, well, I would just be I think with general ideas, it's probably fine. I
Mhm.
wouldn't. I don't know why you have to like get it phrased as like a full sentence for you to understand. Okay, fine. I was like, just be careful because it's just aggregating different things it's finding online without providing any sources of that information for you. So just be careful because it might not all be accurate. And she goes, yeah, I did notice that because I asked it how much of a dosage of medicine I should give to my son, and it gave me the wrong answer.
We are using AI for the wrong things, my
wrong-
friends. The wrong things. The Daily today was about a woman, the Daily podcast, was about a woman who fell in love
I
with
heard
her
this.
chat GPT.
Mm-hmm. She has
Literally
a
was
husband, doesn't
having,
she?
yes,
Uh-huh.
was having sex with her. I don't know if it was chat GPT or like
One of them.
one of the AI chat.
I thought it was like one of the ones like you can get on like Instagram,
like the
where it's just
Instagram
like
ones.
it just like is like a person
Yes.
allegedly.
Yeah. No. So
Persona.
literally was in love. And I was like,
We're cooked.
how,
We're
first of all, if
absolutely
this
cooked.
happened, which it did, that should go to this woman's grave with her.
I wouldn't
Yes.
I
tell a
cannot
soul.
believe she admitted this.
People are too proud to share
People
things
are
they should
too
be embarrassed about.
proud, honestly. And it really worries me because I feel like some part of them thinks that it's a shared experience.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll find help and guidance from friends. This is not one of those moments.
I would say if you have turned to an AI chatbot as a lover, you didn't have friends to begin with. And by that, I
Yeah.
don't mean that you don't have anyone, but your friends do not like you because they would have been like, hey, you doing
Hi.
okay?
Yeah,
What's going
let's
on?
find someone for you
You
to
seem to
talk to.
be talking about this chatbot a lot, and I
Yeah.
just want to check
It's like
everything's okay.
we
Like-
already saw this movie. It was called Her.
It's called
It
Her.
ca-
Spike
it's called
Jones, mama.
Her.
Mm.
We
But
did
it's like,
it.
this isn't
2013, mama.
an AIM chat room where you're talking to a like, this is a non-existent person.
Also, people used to
This
be like
isn't a yeah.
afraid of the internet, and I feel like that just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, we need to bring that back.
We need to bring back
we need
being
some more fear.
fearful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we don't need is people being afraid of going to Disneyland because of the high rates of alleged crime.
Guys, there was this Christian mother, and I'm going to label her a Christian mother, because that is what her
handle.
name says, like Isabel Christian. And then in her bio it's like, I love Jesus in all caps. She made a TikTok today. And
she
she does
love
not have
common sense.
She doesn't have a lot of followers. I think she had like 8,000, which like in comparison to like the TikTok world is nothing. And she was like, hey friends, I was thinking about bringing my family to Disneyland. Is it still safe? Like, is it safe to go? And everyone in this is my favorite. My favorite TikToks are when there are more comments than likes. Those are my favorite types of TikToks.
Ratioed.
Oh my God, it's iconic. So I go to the chat and everybody was like,
be clear though, the whole TikTok is like 2 straight minutes. It's not just a quick like 15-second like, hey, just curious if like the parks are still safe, or something that could be misconstrued and people have taken the wrong way, and you get on and you're like, no, I meant to clarify like with the state of gun violence in America, like you could explain it away. This woman is fully like, I've heard reports that there's a lot of crime at the Walt Disney parks, and I'm very concerned about bringing my family there. And it's like, what crime are you hearing
everyone
about?
is like, what are you talking about? First of all, it is one of the safest places you could possibly be in this country.
Yeah.
I want to know the rumors.
I need to know.
I need to know. The
comments are so fucking
They're
funny.
so funny.
They're
love TikTok.
so funny because people were fully like, there were people who were earnestly trying to understand her question and like give her the benefit of the doubt and be like, sorry, what have you heard like specifically? And she's like, if you're gonna make fun of me, you can just keep scrolling. And I was like, You can't get defensive at the first person who's like, hey, what have you heard?
Right.
If you've heard it's actually bad if you've heard that there's crime in the parks, and when someone says, hey, what crime are you referring to? You like get mad that they asked the question. Girl, you're asking the question. You're asking the question about the crime that doesn't even exist.
Oh my God. It's ridiculous.
It's so over, guys.
Anyway,
it was a nice little run. 1776, 2024. Nice little run we had. It's over.
Yeah. XOXO.
Gossip
Love
Girl.
you all.
Oy, oy, oy.
Oh,
I did like that little Kristen Bell Leighton Meester mom.
Yeah, she had some cute moments with all her little past co-stars, which was adorbs. She sang a little Frozen song. She did a little shtick with Jason Segel. I did not know Forgetting Sarah Marshall was like her breakout role. I guess I didn't know that.
Yeah, famously. I think that was like simultaneous with Veronica Mars, though.
That's what I thought. Veronica Mars was the
Veronica
first
Mars
one.
was first.
Yeah, but it wasn't huge. It was because it was like UPN, so it wasn't like huge.
It was
kind of culty.
It was niche. Yes, cult classic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this has been a thrill. I'm so glad we had a time to chat without RJ, because he is sad sack.
Ugh.
Join us at patreon.com/did you read the group chat, where you for just $5 measly $5 measly price of 2 eggs,
half of a Panera sandwich.
Yeah, you too can join our Patreon, where we have 3 bonus episodes a month where we do it all. We may, review a little film that came out in 1999. We may, talk about a trip that we went on recently. Maybe one day I'll bring back Am I the Asshole? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what could happen in the Patreon? But you'll know if you pay those little $5.
Little $5. Oh, and and of course you can't forget that we add you to our close friends on Instagram.
And of course you get added to the close friends, where you get to see everybody but me.
Everybody but Adam. Adam is never.
Because I don't use social media.
Yeah, he's so anti-social.
My coworker today was like, I'm getting my Kindle arrives today. And I said, what? He said, my Kindle arrives today. I said, I genuinely didn't know you read. He said, I don't. I was like,
but a Kindle will start.
What's happening? And he was like, social media is so scary now. I have to read. I have to do something other than this. And I was like, you know what? It's not a bad idea.
I'm glad he went to like Kindle, whereas like we all were like the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, when I asked him what he was planning on reading, he was like, well, I read nonfiction. So I'm really looking forward to reading this book about the Yakuza in the 90s. I was like,
oh my God, enjoy.
Oh God, okay.
Nonfiction on a Kindle makes me want to kill myself, to be honest.
That seems like the worst.
Yeah, like, no thank you.
But he asked, he was like, do you own an iPad? And I was like, yeah. He was like, do you like it? And I was like, yeah, it's an iPad. I don't know. I like it. It's fine. He was like, okay, because my Kindle arrives today. I was like, that has nothing to do with what. Very cool.
Great.
Have a good one.
Enjoy.
Anyway. So if you are avoiding social media, you can join us where we're not doing social media. We're doing this podcast where you can get all the news about all the plane crashes and
about all the social media that we consume.
And I'm sure next week we will be talking all about the Oscars. So be sure to tune in.
Absolutely.
It's the biggest event of the year.
Definitely all watch.
We're for sure all watching.
Going to watch. I just know it. I feel it in my bones.
I have a feeling.
I have a feeling.
That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.